5 countries preparing for war. Right? Now, North Korea is mobilizing its citizens for an imminent war with South Korea. Kim Jong-un has ordered the production of 6 million guns and ammunition to equip his troops. The weapons will be used to annihilate the southern half of the Korean peninsula. And it's not just guns. North Korea is also building new tanks, artillery, and even planes to fight the South. How can one man hate his own people so much? These weapons are being built to kill Koreans on both sides of the border. It's estimated that 20,000 soldiers and 10,000 civilians will be killed in this war. And it all could have been avoided if Kim Jong-un didn't want power more than he loved his own people. Russia is preparing for war with Ukraine by moving attack helicopters to the front line. Russia has deployed the Ka-52 attack helicopter to the front line in eastern Ukraine. This is a very dangerous move as it brings the two sides closer to each other. This increases the risk of direct confrontation and could lead to an all-out war. These attack choppers are armed with rockets, bombs, and machine guns. They're deadly during both day and night operations. And unlike the Ukrainian army, the Russian army is fully trained on how to use these advanced choppers. If Ukraine wants to win this war, they need to take out these choppers before they cause massive casualties on the battlefield. China is readying for a possible war with Taiwan by placing missiles on a ship for the first time. China has never publicly declared that it will invade Taiwan, but it hasn't ruled out the possibility either. China's military is now taking steps that show it is preparing for a potential conflict over Taiwan. This move is seen as a warning to Taiwan and the United States that China is willing to use force to achieve its goal of unifying Taiwan with the mainland. China considers Taiwan a breakaway province that will eventually be under the control of Beijing. Will the U.S. defend Taiwan if China decides to invade? Only time will tell. India and China are facing off near the Himalayas. India has accused China of sending 60,000 soldiers to the disputed border region. Both countries have clashed over the area before, but this is the first time that China has sent in such a large number of troops. This could be because China wants to assert dominance over the region. Or it could be a response to the increased activity by Indian forces. It's unclear what China's intentions are, but India is taking the threat seriously. Indian forces are on high alert and are prepared to defend their territory if necessary. Tensions between India and China have been high since 2020 when Chinese troops entered Indian territory. The two countries have held several rounds of talks to try to resolve the issue, but so far no agreement has been reached. The situation is being closely monitored, and there is a fear that it could escalate into a larger conflict. The U.S. is readying for war with Iran by sending 2 aircraft carriers to the Middle East. The U.S. Navy has deployed 2 aircraft carriers to the Middle East in a show of force against Iran. The move comes after a series of attacks on U.S. interests in the region, including an attack on a U.S. base in Syria that left 1 U.S. citizen dead. The U.S. believes that Iran is behind the attacks and is sending the aircraft carriers as a warning to Iran. The aircraft carriers will be joined by other U.S. warships and military aircraft in the region. The U.S. is taking the threat from Iran seriously and is prepared to defend its interests in the region with military force if necessary. Hopefully, it doesn't come to that. But do you think Iran will back down after seeing this? Let me know your thoughts.